Hi, Lisa Burt here. I wanted to make a series of videos and talk to you a little bit about your photo collections. Now I'm going to do a series of videos, and if you would like to subscribe to them after you watch this one, I would really love for you to click on my Facebook like and also shoot me an email and let me know you'd like to subscribe, and I'll make sure that you get the whole series. Now the series today is just going to be about identifying your photos. Most of us are swamped. We're working, we've got kids, we've got families, we've got stuff to do, we're busy. You know, it's just really hard to find the time to sit down and actually work with our old photos. Guess what? The good news is that you don't even have to put your old photos in photo albums and scrapbooks. It's perfectly fine to leave them loose in boxes. If you do nothing else but identify your photos, you are going to be going such a long way toward making sure that your family loves those photos, appreciates them, looks at them, and passes them on to their heirs in the future, which is really kind of the point of photos. So what you want to do is preserve the story, and the best way that you can do that is to simply name the people that are in the photo, identify the places that are depicted or the activities that are going on. The more information that you can provide on the back of those photos, you're gonna create that emotional connection for your family, and everyone who sees them in the future is going to appreciate that story, which will just continue on and on. So I wanted to talk to you about the easiest ways that you can identify your photos, and the safest way, because you want to be safe with your photos too. The easiest way is simply a number 2 pencil. Now why a pencil? Because pencils, lead has nothing in them that could bleed into your photos or harm the emulsion at the front. They're stable, and you can correct it, of course. So try to use a little bit dull pencil. Lay your photos down on a piece of clean paper so that if there's any grit or anything on the table, they won't scratch the surface. And then just write your information on the back with as light of a touch as you possibly can get away with and still see the writing. The reason you don't want to press hard is because it can either emboss through to the front so that you actually see the writing in some of that softer paper, or I've done this before where if you start to press on the back of a old photo, you'll sometimes hear that crackling sound. That's the emulsion on the front that's become brittle, and it could actually flake off. And the other thing to do is also include as much information as you can about the names. For instance, with women, if you can, be sure and say maiden names. If there's a picture of a man and he's a junior, be sure and say this is John Jr. or John Sr. so that people will know. If there's a place, for instance, you could say this was the church picnic back in 1940. Try to explain what's happening in the story too. That just creates a more depth and richness to your photos. Now this pen, sometimes you will get photos like this. This one's a copy of an old photo that a relative sent to me on modern photo paper, which, as you can see, maybe you can see that it's slick, it's shiny, and the back has almost a plasticky feeling. A lot of times pencil just won't stick, or you have to press so hard with a pencil that it would ruin the photo. So in those cases, or if you just prefer, I like to use these pigment pens. Now the secret to these is not the word archival. A lot of companies will call their products archival, but that doesn't mean that they're photo safe. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you read the information right on the pen and make sure that it says photo safe, acid free, and permanent. And this happens to be Micron Pigma pens, which I love. They come in lots of different tip sizes, so you can get a real fine tip if you have a lot of info to put on there, or a thick tip if you just prefer thicker writing to be able to see it better. This isn't the only brand out there. It just happens to be the brand that I really like. And the thing that I like about it is that it comes in the tip sizes and it comes in different colors too. And I know that they're photo safe and acid free and permanent. Inks aren't going to migrate into the paper fibers from moisture or over time, and there's no acids to eat into the paper. So try not to ever use regular pens. Try to make sure that you get the right kind of pens. They're not that expensive and they really go a long way. So that's my tip for today. I hope that if nothing else, that maybe you'll just grab a couple dozen photos out of the old photo box and just commit to identifying, say, a couple dozen photos over the weekend. And just a few at a time. Before long, all the photos in your box will be identified. And if you do nothing else with those photos, never put them in an album, never do anything else, you have just taken a huge step toward ensuring that your family and your future generations and history is going to value those and keep them and appreciate them, and that they'll last. So this is Lisa Burt, and if you like this video, please like it on Facebook. I would love to hear your comments. Fill out the email, and just in the message space, if you like, fill out a question or just say subscribe, and I would love to send you these free videos that I'm going to be doing here over the next couple of weeks. I would love for 2015 to be the year that you get your photos organized and appreciate them and enjoy them. So have a great day. Don't forget to like me on Facebook and shoot me an email and let me know if I can help you with anything. You have a great day, and I will talk to you really soon. Thanks.